and sage the area to start off with. So today we are going to talk about finances and when people ask us for money and whether we should set our boundaries and say no, or we should be very generous and keep giving. We're also going to talk about when other people are dependent on us, when we have someone living with us, maybe even a child, and we're having financial difficulties because we're taking care of them. But more so if someone is living with us, they're not working. For instance, I have a friend who has their mother living with them, is not holding a consistent job. They are taking some classes, but there's some dependency there. So what do you do in those cases? And also, what if someone is trying very hard to work, but it's not happening for them, and so you are caring for them? So this is a channeling about when we are taking care of other people and we are feeling a bit burned out. We're feeling like maybe we need to work harder to take care of these people, and how much do we be assertive? How much do we try to encourage these people? And what is the proper way to encourage these people to maybe earn more money? Okay, so that's what this is about. Most of us go through this at some point in our lives. I know a lot of people who have clients and friends and family, myself included. So what do we do when we want to care for others, but yet we also want them to develop some independency, and also about this money when we are feeling a bit burned out, when we are feeling like we are the ones that need to work harder to take care of others, right? When I say children, yes, there is some need, especially when they're young, to take on that role, right? But even then, I would like to address that, when we are feeling like we have to earn more money to take care of others, not just ourselves. And so we feel that pressure. And when is it appropriate to encourage people to maybe make more money or do something different to help out? Okay? And we do not want to control. We do not want to control other people, right? So that's where it gets pretty conflicting, and we can feel some, we can just feel very stressed, very unsure what to do. Conflict might come up, a lot of ego stuff, fear. So what can we do about it? Hopefully this will not be a long video. My intent is not for it to be too long here. Maybe about a half hour, 40 minutes max. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna see what the Arcturians have to say. I just like to channel them because they're very direct, very to the point, clear, and they're good for questions like this. So I'm going to bring them in and see what they have to say about this with guidance. We are pleased to give you the answers to these questions. We are the Arcturians. We refer to ourselves as the nine collective beings who are here now to address this concern. When you are taking care of someone else, you need to ask yourself why. Why are you taking care of them? Is it from the goodness of your heart, or is it because of obligation? If it is out of obligation, it is because of programming. You need to answer this question, for this is relevant. If you are taking care of someone else because it is your ego programming, something that someone told you that you need to do, that it is part of your role, your identity, then that is something that you need to question. When in doubt, it is in your best interest to go into your heart to ask yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel when I bring this up? If you feel resentment, you are feeling it from the programming. You're feeling it from your ego. You're feeling it from your personality and what others have told you what you need to do, what you have to do and should do. There are no shoulds in life. There is an openness, a frequency here. You need to ask yourself what frequency you are seeing this from. Where are you at? If you have an openness of the fear being not so much about the person and taking care of them, but of money itself, you need to ask yourself why as well. There is some frequency that is holding you back. There is a block, a miscommunication, a misbelief. You need to ask yourself where this lies. Where is the block? Where is the fear? There is a fear of limitation somewhere. It is either I cannot take care of this person because money does not flow in. And there is the block of fear of I do not want to take care of this person, but I feel obligated. So you need to understand which side you're on. Some people may be both. If you have the frequency of money, it is nothing more than the frequency of money, and that is what needs to be addressed. If it is the frequency of holding a obligation, I have to take care of this person, then that is a fear of identity. That is a fear of limitation and that you feel like you cannot be yourself while you take care of someone else. You feel like they are holding you back. And so you need to understand where you are here before we proceed. And in this, you need to understand that some people have a representation of what it means to take care of someone else. I take care of someone else, and it means that I need to put my entire life into that person, such as if you are a parent. I need to take care of that person all the time. I need to give everything to that person. And that is when someone can feel very drained and very much like they are not being themselves. They are holding themselves back in that way. And so that is when you need to ask yourself, who said that and why? Why do I believe it? What tells me that that is true? Now, if it happens to be a family member or a friend living with you, you need to ask yourself, who said I need to take care of them? Who said that this is the answer? What makes me feel like they need to live with me? Now, you may care for them, and this is the complexity of this. You may care for them deeply and not want to put them out on the street, for instance. So, this can get very complicated, for there are many different answers to this question. And we can address these one by one. First off, let's address the one about money. Let's say that you are taking care of someone and you would like to take care of them. This is fine. You do not have any issue with taking care of this person. But you are unsure about whether you can take care of this person. You have only so much money, and you can take care of yourself, or maybe you can't, but you do not have enough flow. You do not have enough flow coming in, and so that is the misrepresentation. You believe that you do not have enough flowing in. How can you remove this frequency? How can you address it? You need to go higher. You need to understand that you have enough. You need to believe that you have enough. So one way to do this is to every day see yourself as a millionaire. See yourself as a billionaire. You need to go higher. You need to see yourself as the limitless, expansive self that you are, the one who has enough always, and is taken care of. You need to understand that you are the oneness. You are the frequency of everything, and therefore the flow is happening now. It is always happening. And so to not hold yourself back, redefine yourself as the one who has all that you need and more. Keep going higher and higher. You can transmute this energy. So whenever you have the frequency of limitation, redefine it to one that is holding that of the all. I do not need money, for money works for me. Money is a tool. Money is a vibration. So bring it in, be that vibration, and it will match to you. So every day, look at money, feel money, and as you do, you will feel it somewhere. You will feel it somewhere in your body. You will hold that frequency of limitation and lack. And when you do, you just need to redefine that energy. So feel it in your body with love. See it from your heart. And then expand higher. And one way to do this is to bring in some colors, some geometric shapes, maybe some sound energy. Maybe you could go into the bath, use some herbs, use some teas. There are many different ways you can do exercise to move it through your body. But you need to bring it into a higher state of consciousness, a higher state. Because if you don't, you will always respond from that state of consciousness. And that means that everything will become that. Now, a lot of times people will go back and forth and they will bounce everywhere. And that is the key to this. You need to become stable. And the way to stabilize is for you to integrate. And the way to integrate is to hold that frequency on a regular basis. So you can't do this one day, although it can happen one day. There is an instantaneous possibility here for things to just click. But oftentimes, many times, if you've been holding this for a while, you need to keep removing it. You need to keep removing the density and to clear and clear and clear. So to do that on a regular basis. And then you will see that you do not have to worry at all because things will start to shift. The problem here is that many people keep asking for things and they will worry still. They will hold a vibration, but then it becomes lack again throughout their day. So there will become triggers. And the way out of this is to see yourself as the one who has removed this. See yourself in the understanding that you are the one who never needed to have this. You are the one out of it. See yourself as out of the density. See yourself as the one who is, because that is the truth. These are all illusions. These are all misinterpretations. And to not follow that, not believe that, not to see yourself as that at all. You are the one out of it. You are the collective consciousness. So do not believe in fear. See yourself as the immune system getting rid of a virus. Do not become the virus. And this is actually true for people who are ill, who are sick as well. Sickness is an illusion as well. Any type of separation is an illusion. So you need to feel the frequency of abundance. You need to hold that frequency of prosperity and to feel that on a daily basis. Now we're going to address the people who have people coming into their home, a family member or a friend of some sort. And this can get very tricky here because people have very big hearts. They want to help. But people will push your buttons. People will push your boundaries. There will be... This is coming from the personality, but the word moocher is coming through. This is a frequency of lack, we will say, but we will use it out of humor. But we will say some people do take advantage of others. Some people will want to remove these people from their homes eventually because they stay for too long and take the resources. Now, these people are what you would call a certain type of person. They have a certain type of frequency who either are very afraid of their own self and they do not understand that they have the ability to achieve. And so they have a lot of fear that needs to be removed. But these people may be of a low frequency and have a lot of density and not even understand themselves, not even have the awareness of what to do, how to do it, and see themselves as a victim. There's a lot of possibilities here, but if you're someone who is caring for these people, it is a possibility to let them go. Now you need to ask yourself why. Why would you let them go? Why would you let them see themselves in that way? And it is possible to remove them. And there is a lot of stories coming in from Heather here about what it means to let someone go, how you do it, and what is the proper way. Now, you need to ask yourself why you are letting them go. Are you letting them go out of fear? Or are you letting them go out of love? Now, there is two different stories here. One is that you're loving yourself, and one is out of fear. I need to let them go or something bad will happen. I am not good enough. We need you to understand this. When you are not good enough, you feel like you have to let them go. You have to let them go because they're going to do X, Y, and Z, and that you are not you're not out of fear. You are very afraid and you're acting out of fear. So you need to ask yourself where you're at. If you are love frequency, you understand that abundance is your nature and you have a lot of abundance and you want these people to learn. And for them to learn and to grow, they need to grow outside of their story. And so you need to see themselves as healed. And one way to heal them is to give them the opportunity to stop doing this, to stop putting themselves on a lower frequency, and to help them to grow. And sometimes they need that push for them to go higher. And to remove them, they can then remove themselves, and that they can shift and change who and what they are into a higher vibration. They may need to have a challenge to get out of this. And so you can let them go. Now, how do you let them go? You would address it to them. You would let them know how you feel and why you are doing this. Now, they may have a fit. They may throw a unconscious illusion fit out of their personality self, knowing that they are going to have difficulties, going to have trouble, and they may point the finger and say that you are mean, that you are heartless, that you are... But the truth of it is that if you are in the heart and you get this, and one way to know this is to go into your heart and ask yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel about this? How do I feel about letting them go? How do I feel about setting boundaries and limitation, as in putting boundaries in setting the limits for them? Not that you are seeing yourself as a limitation or them, but you place the example. You place the example of how you feel about it. You place the example of what you feel is right and just. So you set that example to them as a role model and expressing that love frequency to them to show that they are not in that frequency, but you are. I am the one that believes in communication. I am the one who believes in the frequency of love and abundance, and we all do and share that. So you must be of that as well. So this is not working for us because you are not a vibrational match to who and what I am. So you need to either go higher or we're going to have to leave. We're going to have to go our separate ways. Do you see? You cannot hold that vibration with them there. So that's when you need to let them go, is when you see that. When you see that as happening. You cannot hold yourself when they are there. Become a master of abundance and you can see this. You can know when this is the answer. Your higher self will step in. You need to ask yourself how you feel when you think of the situation. If you have a lot of fear come up, you need to first let that go. You need to remove that and then you can address the issue. That would come first, is for you to look within, see yourself, and become the master of your own energy. This is true for any situation. Look within yourself. Now, we would like to address the holding of the parent who has a child and taking care of a child or a family member who's part of their family. Now that is different. That would just be that you need to look at yourself. You need to look at your identity and your responsibilities and to look at what beliefs you have. What stories do you have about this? It's most of the time it's about money and you see yourself as pressured, and maybe society has a lot of a fear frequency of how much things cost and what is involved, and you could feel overwhelmed. So then you need to redefine yourself. You need to redefine the answers here. You need to redefine what that means. Who am I? Am I someone who agrees with the frequencies of the societal norm? Do I believe in the frequencies of the cost of things? Do I believe in my bank account? And looking at your numbers. You need to ask yourself, what is true for you? Find a truth that does not exist. Redefine yourself and you will redefine your world and your reality. This is the law of abundance, law of creation. See yourself in the frequency that is not there. You may have a story, you may see yourself in the reality that you exist in tangibly. but you need to go and recreate it. So feel yourself outside of it. You can see this as a box, your life. Your life and everything that is within it. Go outside the box. Go into a different frequency. So you can visualize, you can just keep redirecting yourself into new thoughts, beliefs, energy, feelings. Think different, feel different. You can do things like spell work. You can do things like light grids, crystal grids, baths, herbs. But believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and believe that you are a creator and feel like you are different. Feel like you are creating a different story. See the story play out. Redefine your answers. Redefine your beliefs. Do not hold yourself back by what is true now. Time does not exist. Step into the multidimensionality of recognizing that you are the future self. Create your future. Redefine your past and unblock yourself. Do this on a daily basis and everything will shift. You will see differences in your life. So we are going to take this to a new level for a minute. Before we end, we want you to give. So we do want to answer this about what it is and what it is proper to give. So we have answered about the certain levels of frequency that you may hold, but we want to address giving for a minute. Giving is very important. Giving is the state of nature of yourself. So if you are every day looking at what I can get, you need to understand that that is a flaw. That is not real. You do not need anything, for you are. You are the expression, and that is the state of consciousness. That is the state and the law of truth. So you need to look at that for a minute. Who am I? If you are feeling abundant, if you're feeling like you are expressing yourself and you are removing density on a regular basis and you're feeling the flow energy of receiving and giving, then you are there. But if you keep saying, I need, I'm not there, I am not good enough, things like that, I need to achieve, you are pushing and pulling and you're trying to grasp something from a state of lack. You feel like you have nothing. You feel like you have little. You feel like there's something lacking there. Believe in the abundance. Believe in the flow. Believe that you are enough already. See yourself as a being who has nothing, in that you do not need anything, for you are everything. You are the stillness, the 0 point field. You're getting lost in your story. You're getting lost in the frequency of need. So put yourself on a higher timeline. Put yourself on a higher frequency. The one who gives. The one who gives from the flow of all. So you can do this. It is possible. Work with that and you will become a master. Do not need anything, for it will come when you do not need it at all. See, you are trying to fill a hole. We are all trying to fill a hole. We say we as in you here are trying to fill a hole. Become the one who is whole instead of having a hole. And then you will not need, and it will be. We will leave you with that. Very much love. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, well, if you have any comments or questions or any suggestions for any other topics that you would like me to channel about, let me know in the comments section. I do plan on doing more of this type of channeling, where I will just do a shorter channeling, something more. I don't know if I want to use the word practical, but something we can put into our lives, something so that we can act it out, some sort of living, about our living, and going higher and to a 5D living. I kind of want to call it 5D living suggestions, guidance, and how to get out of fear. So more about how to get out of the fear frequency, fear beliefs, and to reprogram ourselves into a higher state of consciousness. So that's kind of the route that I'm taking. I will channel with my sister sometime soon. We will do more of those longer, probably hour ones. Okay, so thank you for watching. I will see you soon.